thank you for joining us today on Discount Chiropractic Supplies as well as Discount Medical Supplies free webinar series. I want to welcome everybody out today. We've got a fantastic webinar with Dr. Bruce from Visual Odyssey on learn how to adjust your patient's mind for referrals and retention in the chiropractic office. So this is a fantastic webinar. We're very lucky to have Bruce Goldsmith on with us today, and I'll let him go ahead and speak.
Thank you very much, John. I appreciate the intro, and I appreciate the doctor degree. Not a doctor, but I have been involved in the chiropractic. And in 1976, I invented the Neuropatholator wall chart, and that was those two charts you see on the left. In '79, we upgraded it, and from then until 2004, we built them very similar to what you see on the right-hand side. Then in '87, I came out with a flip chart, making it easy for doctors to give all kinds of lectures and pick and choose the posters that were relevant to what it is they wanted to explain to their patients. In '91, I put a computer inside a Neuropatholator, so now it could run in an automated way out in a waiting area, and it would use that little red sign at the top to actually explain what was going on. And I thought about it and thought about it, and I decided, you know, there needed to be a way to put a Neuropatholator into a patient's pocket. And the best way to do that I could at the time with the technology available in 2000 was I went ahead and I created what was called the Pocket Patholator. These were holographic type or animated type cards that would peel and stick on the back of a doctor's business card. And in 2005, we updated the Neuropatholator one more time, and it was wildly successful. Used the same switches and light bulbs that had already proven the 30-year experience of reliability, and we sold those all over the world. And then in 2011, I decided it would be necessary for us to move into a higher level of technology. Now, since 2001, so that's been 12 years, we've offered chiropractic patient education software, and we have those in thousands of offices in about 10 languages all around the world. But we decided it was time to tackle the phone and the tablet, and that's what we did in 2011. And so I'm going to explain a little bit about that, and I want you to relax. This webinar is not designed to make sales, so there won't be any one of those frenzies of sales pitch taking place at the end. And the tools I'm showing you here are free. This is a way for me to give back to the profession so that you can educate your patients. So there's free software now, free mobile apps, and these will make your report of findings easier. They'll enhance your daily communication with your patients and their family and friends who come into the office, and you'll achieve greater acceptance of chiropractic care. So let me ask you a question. How often do patients come into your office with an allopathic mindset? All the time, right? Do they want a simple fix or a more lasting solution? Well, which do you want to deliver? The truth is that there's many different ways to offer chiropractic in your office. But whichever model fits you best, we have the means with which you can go ahead through a high-tech and high-touch method, shift their paradigm from the medical approach to your chiropractic solution. A successful patient outcome is dictated by patient acceptance. Now, we know that visual information creates a deeper sense of comprehension. Now, there's a way to keep it simple so that you can engage many different types of learning styles. Our solution is use visuals, but involve the sense of touch and stimulate a strongly anchored experience. So when the patient walks out of your office, they'll be able to easily recall what they've learned. You can show them on a tablet, or you can show them on your Windows PC. And that's what we're going to go through right now. First, I'm going to talk about the Patholator app. The Patholator app has the ability for you to go ahead and to show the patients exactly what they're experiencing in a way that they'll really appreciate it. For instance, on this menu here, we can talk about a muscle spasm. Now, I'm simulating the Patholator app as you look on my computer because that's the easiest way to demonstrate this for you. And so we can talk about how a muscle spasm actually pulls the bones out of their normal position, a weakened muscle allowing the other muscle that's too strong to spasm. And so it's very important, obviously, to help the patient understand that what you work on is in correcting those types of imbalances in the spine. And then that will lead to a greater level of performance on the part of the patient. Well, let's say you want to talk about disc problems with the patient. We can show them a herniation and how the tears to the annular fibers here allow the nucleus to bulge, and that can put pressure on a nerve. It can also rupture all the way out. And what we want patients to understand is when they have a wedged disc, that every step they take is effectively chewing away at that disc. So it's really important to get chiropractic care as early as possible so that degeneration doesn't take place. So let's say you want to talk a little bit about the degeneration. We can click on a subluxation button here. And with that, we can show the impact on the spine of the vertebra not being properly positioned. And we can show it like this on the neck, and how adjustments help improve the condition to approach as much wellness as the body is able to express, or we can show the decay, degeneration, and deterioration that can take place. So as you can see, there's lots of different ways of experiencing the chiropractic story. Now, the most classic way that we have is our Neuropatholator. And our major sponsor with this software and the app is Standard Process. So there are actually ways to correlate the Standard Process supplements. But if I click on T1 on the app, we're going to see an impact on the nerve system that goes to the lungs and the heart. If I click the Standard Process button here, we see that the lungs and heart are highlighted. And if I click on the heart, it demonstrates those Standard Process supplements and Medi-Herb herbs that are beneficial to supporting the heart. Now, because some people may be using this on a phone, but a tablet, of course, is what's highly recommended, you might want to use the grid view because it's much easier with your thumb to hit one of those buttons. We also have the grid view available here for the vertebral levels. When you want to get the menu back that you see on the right, you can either tap on the logo down here, or you can slide your finger from right to left, and the menu will reappear. So this is the anatomy menu that we've been looking at, but we have other menus here as well, and the topics menu will be used very frequently by you because it has lots of additional discussions about chiropractic. For instance, you want to talk about the development of the nervous system. We can easily show that and how the power that made the body heals the body, and that power travels along these nerves, which are like wires in the body. So we show how the nerves distribute that electrical energy from the brain to all parts of the body. And we also show how the spinal cord is protected by the spine and how the other skeletal structure attaches. And then we have nerves coming out to the muscles for muscle control. And we have the nerves coming all the way to the surface of the skin so that we can get a sense of what's going on in our outside world. Additional topics that we have here enable you to discuss the phases of care, why the spine has curves, what are the functions of the nerve, symptoms versus cause, that's the hand in the fire, do's and don'ts, exercises, proper sleeping. So there's tons of topics here, all for free, that you can then use to educate your patients as you walk about the office. You even can put it into Spanish. Oh, went to the wrong place, excuse me. We want to come down here to the prefs and choose Spanish. This version will be in the store in July. And you'll just download and upgrade from the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. So as you can see now, it's possible for us to talk to the patient on their level about the issues that you want them to understand. Now, in addition to offering an app for your tablet, and you'll need to download that app if you want to see more and play with it, we also have the Visual Odyssey software. And this software will actually allow you to use a Windows computer and demonstrate the Neuropatholator pop-up to your patients. So there's a control bar here, and you notice I click on that logo and this control bar pops out. We have the classic Neuropatholator, where we're showing the organs and nerves simultaneously. And then we still have the standard process capabilities of talking about the heart and those supplements that are beneficial for the heart with information about each of the supplements. But we can also talk about the type of a symptom the patient's expressing, the sensory involvement. So for instance, from the neck, a shooting pain in the arm could be one way that the nerves express themselves. Or maybe it's a throbbing pain. Or maybe it's a burning sensation. Or maybe it's in the legs. And then that could be caused by the low back. We also have a section on posture. So here we can talk about the forward head position. Or we can talk about a high shoulder. And the impact that the feet, the knees, the hips, and of course the integrity of the spine play on those structural problems. And we can demonstrate the subluxation and the correction. And we even have images in here that show different types of problems, like the transverse ligament problem, and then we highlight that so that people can understand the seriousness of a whiplash injury. So many people think because there's no blood, there's no problem. You know better, and now you can demonstrate that to them. And then we also can talk about the causes of a subluxation and disease. The psychological stress, physical stress, and chemical or biological stress, some of it voluntary, and some of it we have very little control over. Physical stresses and psychological stresses. This software also comes in many languages, not just English and Spanish, but also Dutch, French, Norwegian, Mandarin, Danish, Portuguese, Italian, and German. And we also have the ability for this software to overlay with, for instance, ChiroTouch Platinum and the CLA substation. So if you would like more information on these or to download them, I'm going to give you the link here in a moment for you to do that. The reality is that thousands of chiropractors over the last 36 years have invested over $2,000 to have the Neuropatholator experience either hanging on their wall or available on their computer. And now it's free. All you have to do is subscribe with your email address, answer a few questions, and then periodically renew your free subscription. So please pay attention to the valuable information provided in our software by our amazing Neuropatholator sponsors. This is free because they've invested in you and your success. Download the app or software and you'll get a special coupon code to save even more at discountchiropracticsupplies.com, who's our partner in this webinar. So download and get your passwords to have use of the Patholator app and the Neuropatholator pop-up software. Go to freechirosoftware.com. If you want it for your tablet or phone, then go to freechirosoftware.com from those, and the link will take you right to the App Store, and you'll get the passwords as well. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch this. It's our hope here at Visual Odyssey that you will enjoy many more referrals and much greater retention in your practice with the use of these tools. Our history has proven this to be true, and we hope you're having a wonderful day.